The breakup of the tobacco trust left almost 50 major name brands, which essentially went to war one against the other. The top seller at the time, Leggett and Meyer's Fatima, was made with Turkish tobacco, as were most of the other leading brands. In 1912, L&M launched Chesterfields, an English-style cigarette that at first failed to become popular with the public. R.J. Reynolds also decided to enter the cigarette market, and they wanted a name that would have Turkish appeal, but would actually contain mostly less expensive American sweet leaf. So, the Camel brand was born, and Camels didn't taste like Turkish cigarettes, so people flocked to them. When Turkey joined the German side in World War I, all Turkish cigarettes became unpatriotic, and their sales rapidly declined. I want an American smoke. Now, but by 1920, Camel sales soared, capturing over a third of the market. The competition, like American Tobacco's Lucky Strike, jumped on the American blend bandwagon. Lucky Strike was supposed to be better tasting because it was toasted. Well, what most of the public didn't know was that all the tobacco in every other brand was also toasted. Lucky Strike's best asset was not its toasted flavor, but the brand's sales manager, George Washington Hill, son of the company's president and a supreme huckster. Hill, a master showman, initiated skywriting. He started the skywriting craze. It was a bold new way to push the Lucky Strike's brand. But Camel then topped Hill with a new slogan created when a company advertisement executive ran out of smokes. He runs out of smokes on the golf course and decides to walk a mile for a camel. By 1925, Camel gobbled up over 40% of the market, thanks to that Walk a Mile for a Camel ad blitz, which, of course, featured the now familiar slogan. In 1926, Chesterfields decides to go after the previously taboo female market. So, 10 cigarette-smoking women make headlines across the country in a Torch of Freedom march. This happens during the Easter parade. This is a publicity stunt dreamed up by public relations man Edward Bernays, who had been hired by Hill. Another Hill advertisement was aimed directly at the ladies and suggested cigarettes as a diet aid. Reach for a Lucky instead of a sweet. By 1930, Luckies were the top seller on the market. R.J. Reynolds counterpunched with its own health claims, saying Camels provided a natural energy boost and aided digestion. So, by 1937's, Camels were again the sales champion. In reality, Camel and Lucky Strike were so familiar in flavor that when a blindfolded test was done, it showed that smokers couldn't tell the difference between brands. Hill hit back again, this time with a campaign claiming tobacco experts preferred Lucky's 2-1. The statistics were hyped up lies, but they still helped Lucky's retake the lead in sales by the early 1940s. Smoking surged during World War II, and what had been a relatively rare activity a few decades earlier, cigarettes, had now taken America by storm. The war also brought a new advertising angle when Camel caused a sensation with a huge billboard on Times Square. This billboard featured a giant U.S. serviceman that actually blew swirling clouds of smoke into the air. For a number of years, Hill's advertisers had been urging him to change Lucky Strike's package design, saying that the dark green put off many buyers, especially the ladies. Hill decided to grab a patriotic excuse to switch to a white package with red and blue circular stripes, claiming that all the green ink was needed, for the war effort. Chesterfield also tried the wartime appeal, but Lucky's held on to their lead in sales even after Hill's death of emphysema in 1946. Now, post-World War II, half of all U.S. adults smoke. But around 1952, Reader's Digest ran an article called Cancer by the Carton. And within months, sales fell by 5%. Very worried, the major tobacco companies like R.J. Reynolds, i.e. Camel, tried the health approach again, touting a survey of physicians, claiming more of them smoked Camels than any other cigarette. An ad campaign that helped Camel to regain the lion's share in sales. Now, this slew of outlandish medical claims finally got the attention of the Federal Trade Commission, and they quickly found all of the cigarette companies' health claims to be false. By then, many smokers were beginning to worry as reports linking cigarettes to lung